My name is Nino Paglesia, a delegate of the Frente Hugo Chavez Front in Vancouver. We are here, downtown Vancouver, to support the international campaign to free Alex Saab. Alex Saab is a Colombian-Venezuelan diplomat, special envoy of the government of Nicolas Maduro of Venezuela. He has been kidnapped twice by the government of the US. He was on an official mission to Iran from Venezuela to secure trade, to provide food and medical supplies, to bring back to Venezuelans, bypassing the most cruel US financial and economic blockade against Venezuela. He was kidnapped the first time during a refueling stopover by the government of Cabo Verde off the coast of West Africa in June last year, under the orders of the US government, despite his status as a diplomat. The US demanded the extradition of Alex Saab to the US, despite the fact that Cabo Verde and the US have no extradition agreement. He was charged with a number of false accusations and was retained for almost 500 days in harsh conditions, including torture. The second time Alex Saab was kidnapped by the US and put forcefully on a plane and taken to prison in Miami was last October 16. Everything related to the US action is illegal. The US has dropped 7 out of 8 charges against Alex Saab. And this is before Alex Saab appears in court today. Alex Saab is a diplomat and he has a right to immunity under the Vienna Convention. But let's be clear that Alex Saab has not committed any crimes. All Alex Saab did was to break the illegal US blockade of Venezuela in order to provide the necessary supplies for Venezuelans. This is a US political move, part of the regime change against the legitimate government of Nicolas Maduro. The US continues applying sanctions, so-called sanctions, that can only be applied by the UN Security Council, according to UN Charter. This is another example of US exceptionalism and US imperialism, with the self-entitled right to interventions in other states. Today, another country, Cuba, is being targeted by the US government and US imperialism that is financing and orchestrating protests in Cuba. We strongly reject US interventionism. We strongly reject US imperialism. We support the governments of Nicolas Maduro, Miguel Diaz-Canel, and Daniel Ortega. We demand that the US release Alex Saab. As part of the international community, we condemn the US hybrid war condoned by the government of Canada, aiming to illegal regime changes in the world, especially in our region, in Latin America. Thank you. Venceremos.
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 Free Alex Saab.
Free Alex Saab.
Down with imperialism.
Down with imperialism.